What do you consider to be the most defining moment of your life? Again, it can be more than one, personal, professional.
This is a good one. And I know the exact moment. So the defining moment in my life was at 6:06 a.m. On Tuesday, September the 4th, 2018. And the reason why that I know that is I was getting ready to go for a run. I bent down to tie my shoe, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I had two massive strokes. I had a stroke in my cerebellum, and I had a stroke in my parietal lobe. Up until that point, I thought I kind of had it all. Had a great family, great job, I was fit, I was healthy, all of those things. And that stroke immediately changed that. And that was the defining moment in my life. Actually, when I got to neuro ICU, there was a question about whether I would live or whether I would die. I was sitting in the bed, and the neurosurgeon comes in to talk to my wife. I cannot respond at this time. And he tells her, there's a good chance I'm not going to make it through the night. And I hear this, and he asked her, do they want to resuscitate if anything happens? You think about that. You think about sitting in a bed, unable to respond, unable to talk, realizing that the next 12 hours may be your last on the earth. What do you think about? What do you reflect on? And it's an amazing process. That moment and that stroke was an incredible gift. The greatest gift that I've ever received as a leader or an individual was that stroke, because it taught me so much. It took me a year to get where I am today, but I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
I mean, without getting too specific, and if you're willing to share for the audience, in hindsight, what caused it? Was there a familial history of stroke, or I'm just curious?
None. A lot of people have asked me that question. I've asked my doctors that question. About 30% of all strokes are unattributable to any cause.
Okay.
It could have been a lot of things. And I had no history, I had no symptoms, but my life changed in that moment. And I guess it's a good lesson for a lot of people. It was a good lesson for me as a leader. It was a good lesson for me as an individual. So that moment can change. And that moment changed everything.
Wow. And you were at home, so you had, I guess, people there and they got you to the hospital. I mean, you could have been out running is what I'm getting at.
And that would have been a very different outcome, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, I was at home, and I was able to get some really great care, really great rehab through it. Tough journey. I have so much sympathy for people that go through that. But adversity is a really great teacher. And if you can embrace adversity, you can learn so much from it.
Well, what's remarkable, I don't want to get too long on this, but I mean, if I didn't know your background and had prepared for our discussion, I'd have no knowledge, as a layman. I'm not a doctor. Looking at you, you look like there's no debilitating long-term effect from it. It's remarkable.
There's really not. I get dizzy every now and then because I only have half a cerebellum, and I think, that's playing a function. But I attribute that to a lot of therapy. I attribute that to a lot of hard work through that. I attribute that to the shape I was in going in. I was running marathons. I was working out 6 days a week. And I entered into that really, really tragic event in great shape. So I think that's a lesson for a lot of people. Maintain your physical shape. It may not prevent it, but it really will help from a recovery perspective.